Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Chris. Today I'll be telling you about how yesterday's project presentation went, as well as telling you a little bit about my friend coming over. If we start about the project presentation, I have to say that I am going to be bragging a lot here. I'm definitely going to be bragging. The reason I say that is that I got there dressed normally, but I brought a suit in my backpack. And so I went to the bathroom, pulled out the suit and got changed, put on some nicer shoes, like really cleaned myself up. Shirt, shoes, everything. And so when I went back into the classroom, which was empty because we weren't presenting in the classroom, to grab our stuff as promised, I took them and I walked over to the presentation place, which was in a different building. As I walked over there, I ran into people who knew me, both classmates and third semester students and such, and they were all super impressed. I don't think I've ever gotten that many comments, like positive comments, in my life. I got compliment upon compliment, and it just felt amazing. I'm really sorry if you can hear Lucifer in the background, by the way. He's meowing at the door for some reason. I think he sees something outside, maybe a bird or whatever. But yeah, I got lots of compliments, and then we stood there in the booth for a couple of hours. Got to do the presentation, which went okay-ish. Lucifer, be quiet. It went okay-ish. And then afterwards, we went down to shave my beard. I have been growing a beard for a long time. I can't do math. I've been growing it since the beginning of September. And it was pretty long. People tell me that I grow my beard out really fast. That it grows super fast, apparently. It doesn't grow very thick, but it grows very long. I actually have one of those problematic beards because it's light and not dense. So it doesn't look like a beard. It doesn't look great, to be honest, but it's just easier sometimes, and I kind of like having a beard. But this time around, I'm planning on sticking with some short stuff. I'm thinking about sticking to maybe 3 millimeters. So I'll start shaving myself and really making an effort. I don't make an effort often enough, but it's one of those things that I can do for myself. I recently started using lotion after showering, but also in the morning for my hands, and I'll actually often use lotion throughout the day just for my hands because I get very dry hands. And I'm a little worried because my mother has this unidentified eczema-like thing. It's basically dry skin, like really dry skin, and it cracks and stuff. And my sister, she has it too. Last year, I started developing a crack on my finger, and it hasn't gone away. It's just one crack that's really dry, and no matter what I do, it's like that. So we are a little worried that I also have the unknown eczema. We've been to the doctor with my mum and my sister, and no one can tell us what it is. But apparently it might actually be hereditary. So that sucks a lot. Okay, you'll have to excuse me for a second. My nose is really runny, and I do these in one takes. So you're gonna have to live with the fact that I'm sniffling a bit. I did blow my nose before starting all of this, just in an effort to not be sniffling. But I guess it didn't work. Anyway, it's really important to me that I take good care of myself. And also, I need to look good for my portfolio pictures and interviews and all of those things. And so I'm just thinking that maintaining a relatively short beard is the best way to go. Because if I go no beard, then I have, a baby face. It doesn't look great on me. And right now it's no beard. Well, it's stubble, because we just trimmed it down to without the head on the trimmer. So it took all that it could, but the trimmer never does it very closely to the skin. And so that's what I've got right now. I'm actually looking forward to trying to maintain it a bit, see what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna shave it every day. Well, maybe not every day, but in a couple of days, I'm gonna start shaving it every morning or something. Maybe just in the, what are they called? Not the weekends? Work days, whatever. Weekdays. Are they called weekdays? I don't actually know. Well, that's a point for another matter. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments. But maybe doing it like in the morning before I go to school, just whether or not it grabs anything, I'll just shave really quickly, because then by doing it multiple times, I won't have to be so specific about it. That's kind of what I'm looking for, some kind of routine rhythm thing that I can get into that'll ensure that it's at least decently done. Right. After coming home, I was sitting here talking to my girlfriend, enjoying myself, and all of a sudden, my doorbell rings. And I'm like, oh no, someone trying to sell me something. So I walk out there, I open it, and out there is my childhood friend. Now, we haven't seen each other for a while. Not a while, but like a few months, you know. And apparently a lot had happened. But the point is, a few episodes ago, probably more than a few, but some episodes ago, I talked about how I was really bad at replying to people, and I never really wrote out first. I'm so bad at maintaining connections, and that I wanted to do better with that. So I've been trying to do better, and it's been working. I've been texting with my childhood friend a little bit back and forth. And then yesterday, he just came by. Asked if I could play, and I was like, yeah, of course I can play. It's, an in-joke, because when we're together, we start acting like children. We do the weirdest things. We just play around. And that really is the case. I'm not kidding you. I mean, we played at a construction site, walked on these pipes, and ended up licking a salt stone. Yeah, things like that. It's very weird, but we just kind of connect to our inner child when we're together. And it feels really good. And it feels especially good that I got to spend some time with him, and that I feel like it was my effort that made it happen, because I've been making sure to text him and try to keep in touch in those things. And then a few weeks later, he comes by, right? Like, yeah, it just feels good knowing that I influenced that. And it also helps to show that the things I do actually make differences in my life, and so I can keep doing them and make sure that I actually get to see more and more differences as I progress. For example, one thing I've noticed that I do and that I need to get better is that I keep a lot of breaks in my talk. It's like I'm stopping to think and then starting over again and over again. And I do that because I don't want to. I'm kind of nervous still, apparently, about blurting out something weird into this microphone. But I blurt weird things out anyway, and it's like, what does it even matter if I do? No one's listening, and even if someone was listening, the point of this is to be personable, is to be me, to be weird, to be odd, to be a little annoying sometimes. I don't make these because I want people to agree with my opinions or anything. I make these because they're a great way for me to reflect on things that I do and things that I want to do. And they're a good way for me to get better, like really get better at things. Also, routine. So I don't always do this at the exact same time every morning, but I do it every morning. And that routine in and of itself has proved to me that for the past 30 days, I've managed to do this. And it's not just 30, it's actually more like 51, I think, because I did all the test episodes as well. So I have been doing this for so long now. And to a lot of people, it might not be very long, but to me, it's long. That was a bit of a sidetrack. I've been talking a lot about the podcast here on the podcast, but that's just because it excites me, and I get very meta about it. life isn't always easy, but you can make it fun. You can try at least. And I feel like that's what I've been doing lately. I've been really just having fun and enjoying myself. And the courses I'm taking, I'm actually taking them seriously. So some people, they might go to these LinkedIn learning courses and just be like, oh, I'll let them play in the background and I'll quickly pass the quiz because, the answers make sense sometimes. And then I can get a certificate that shows that I am emotionally intelligent. Well, I'd like to learn something. And also that ensures me that if anyone ever asks me, so I see you have all of these courses, but what did you actually learn from that? Then I can give them an answer. And also it'll help me in my everyday life. Right now I'm mastering in-demand professional soft skills. And among those are resilience and being ready for change and all of those things. Self-irony. And I practiced that a lot yesterday when they shaved me because I allowed my classmates to shave my beard. And so I told them, you can do whatever you want. You can play with it. They ended up shaving everything except 2 spots on my chin, and then they braided it. And they even put googly eyes on my chin, so it looked like braided pigtails. I don't know if that's what they're called, and we had a lot of fun with it. I ended up being sent out, like pictures of me ended up being sent to pretty much everybody. I was even shared in the Discord channel where our teachers are. And, people seemed to really enjoy it. People reacted very positively to it, and people were laughing and having fun. It's pretty great. And I got a lot of praise, especially for the self-irony, like my ability to just have fun and laugh at myself as I was running around looking stupid and getting weird looks from people. And I actually ended up biking all the way home with this. And I got so many weird looks from people. So many, especially kids. Kids are really judgmental, But the point of that was to put myself in a very uncomfortable situation. Because that's part of my homework, is to put myself in situations that aren't comfortable. Look, it's one thing to laugh at it with your classmates. It's another thing entirely to be the laughing stock of so many people. Like, there are probably a bunch of people who went home and told their families, friends, or whatever about the fucking weirdo with googly eyes on his chin. And it was very awkward. It was very uncomfortable. But I survived. Like, I didn't even get the tiniest bit hurt. And proving that to myself helps build resistance. Or does it help tear down resistance? I don't really know. Like, you might be resisting doing something. Well, I can tear that down by doing these kinds of things. If I am not ashamed, then shame won't stop me. If I'm not embarrassed, then embarrassment won't stop me. If I'm not afraid of hearing the word no, if I can take a no and turn it into a yes, then... Okay, that sounded very Me Too-y. That was not what I meant. It was more like if I go in and I ask for a $2 raise and they say no, then I can be like, well, I won't settle for anything less than $1. And then I'll get the dollar raise. Like that's what I meant. Like if I can make that happen instead of just being told, no, we're not even going to give you $1. If I can turn a no into a yes, because originally I only wanted $1 raise. I just asked for $2 because then they were more likely to give me the $1. It's that kind of thing that I'm getting at. And yeah, that's a strength in life in so many aspects. Maybe I'll get a discount on a product at one point because I'll just be like, oh, I mean, the box is a little damaged, right? And, well, maybe the product inside, I don't even know. I wouldn't know where to start, but that's the point. The point is to practice it so that when I get in a situation like that, I would know what to do. I would know what to say. And I'm actually pretty good at it already. It's just not something that I'm always comfortable doing. and I want to practice my comfortableness. I mean, I once saved my parents $400 just by being a little sneaky with a sales representative. Told him that, oh no, we messed up when we ordered and we misunderstood and now we're kind of left on. And he was very sweet and we ended up saving $400, getting a free product and everything. And that's the kind of power that just not being afraid to ask has. Not being scared or embarrassed or ashamed. And I want to practice that more. So I'm going to keep practicing that. I even started eating with my non-dominant hand. Not all of the time, but sometimes. Because that was actually one of the potential tasks. Because it's slightly less comfortable than usual. And it's also a great way to lose weight because you get slower. Anyway, this is it for me. It's been really fun talking to you. I apologize for all the sniffling. I know it's been a lot. I'm going to go blow my nose now. I love you guys. Whoever's out there really. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.